Other case, but not this one.
Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and cause number M332164. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Bryce Smith. State, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Defense, are you ready?
We're ready.
The court has been informed that this will be a bench trial. Now, Mr. Lane, are you waiving your right to a jury trial in this case?
We are.
State, are you joining in a waiver of the right to a jury trial?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. At this time, Mr. Hubel, would you like to read the information?
In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, comes now the undersigned Assistant Criminal District Attorney of Jefferson County, Texas, on behalf of the state of Texas, and presents in and to the county court at law of Jefferson County, Texas. That in Jefferson County, Texas, Bryce Smith, hereafter styled the defendant, heretofore on or about March 31st, 2022, did then and there intentionally, knowingly, and recklessly cause bodily injury to another, namely Diana Tran, hereafter styled the complainant, by throwing complainant onto a couch, and at the time of said assault, complainant was a person with whom the defendant had a dating relationship against the peace and dignity of the state.
Mr. Smith, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
Okay. State, would you like to have an opening statement?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
We'll waive open.
Okay. Mr. Hubel, you can call your first witness.
State calls Diana Tran.
Okay. Diana Tran.
Tran?
Yes, Diana Tran. Okay. State, would you like to call another witness?
No, Your Honor. Could the state make a statement for the
Yes, you may.
The district attorney's office has made best efforts to contact Ms. Tran in this case, and we have and those efforts have been unsuccessful.
Okay. State, do you rest?
Yes, sir.
Defense?
Your Honor, we would move for a directed verdict of not guilty based on no evidence and request a judgment of the court.
Okay, this it will be granted. Mr. Smith, in cause number M332164, you have been acquitted of these charges. In a few minutes, our court coordinator will give you a copy of the judgment in this case.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Thank you.
And Mr. Lane, this is your only case?
It is.
Is that correct? So you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day,
You too.
okay? This is Bryce Smith. Yes, court granted instructed verdict. Yeah, I'll turn it. That's I'm gonna have, I'm gonna be using both of them.
Hey, yes, you can get in there.
That's the first one. That's for him.
Yeah. One for the.
Him, right there, yeah.
Yeah, you want me to give into the.
No, his attorney left on that case. It's Kevin Lane. This one. Yeah. Well,
Give me one last moment.
yes. Those four did show?
Yes.
Okay, let's, before we get started. What?
Lori Williams.
Somebody said it just,
Came. Yeah, she just called, I just talked, but she said she just walked up.
Lori Williams, that's number 13. That's number 13, right?
Yes. No.
13 showed up.
Oh. Oh, man, why she just sitting there like,
It was sitting there?
is she? That's why I was like, what's her name again?
So you gotta, okay, you took her thing off the chair.
Yes, sir.
We got, give each staff 30 minutes for board hour. That's sufficient?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Let me see. Where's my clock? Where's my stop clock? Where's my stop clock? Where's my? Is it on this? Man, I can't. I got a new phone.
iPhone?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where my.
It's usually in the time.
Yeah, I'm looking for the time. That's what I don't see. Some of these things didn't download all the way.
Well, that should have been one of the, I mean, the clock or whatever, like that.
Well, you count down.
Well, he's.
I'm looking for my.
Count down on your clock, Judge.
No, but I'm saying some of
The
the.
new phone.
No. Some of the apps
the
didn't
new
down.
phone.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying.
It's right where your clock is.
Yeah.
You see your clock?
Yeah, see.
That's what I'm looking for. See, everything didn't download. Some of these
No,
things
your
like
clock-
that didn't
That's
download.
already automatically in your phone.
Yeah, it should automatically.
Only thing that's transferring over from the other phone is some of your apps. Some apps you're gonna have to re-download.
Let me see.
But yeah, but that's already automatically in your phone.
Yeah, it should have a stopwatch and everything.
Or just type at the top, clock.
You know what? Okay. Should be over here.
Now, you know when you get a new phone, it's supposed to stay up all night
Oh,
to
no.
figure things out.
This stuff here. Oh, I'm just keep it on. I'm gonna look at it. I'm looking at it up there. God. Clock. Okay, I found it, but it was in a different location. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Where did she go? Okay, here we go. Okay. We need to get Mosby. We can go ahead and get started. Trina, tell Mosby we're ready. Okay. Go ahead on and call the jurors, get the jurors in. So we don't have nobody in 3, 4, and 19. Now, y'all can stand up when the jurors come in.
He said later.
Yeah.
You're going to judge.
Okay.
Court here, Harvey. We're going to you for punishment.
Okay.
We get-
Okay, Okay, you're gonna take that first row, go all the way down to the end. That first chair, you number one. And then number two, that will be Miss Bertita. You're gonna sit next to him. Mr. Bradford, you're gonna sit right there next to that white paper. And then we have Miss Huff next to him. And Miss Jones next, Mr. Jones next to Miss Huff. Okay, y'all can be seated. Miss Smith, come up to this first row. You're gonna take that first chair on the first row right there. Behind the wall. And then you have Miss Bassett
Yes.
sit next to her. Mr. Lighty, you're gonna sit next to Miss Bassett. And Miss Licatino, you're gonna sit next to Mr. Lighty. Mr. Patel, you're sitting next to Miss Licatino. No, sit in the chair with the black and yellow tape, yes. You're gonna sit next to her. Miss Williams, you're gonna sit next to Mr. Patel. And Miss Armstrong, Mr. Armstrong, you're sitting next to Miss Williams. Mr. Singleton, you're gonna walk down that second row, all the way to the end on the other side, first chair. Yeah. Ms. Stoker,
Yes.
you're gonna walk down the second line, come to the second aisle. You're gonna walk all the way down there, and you're gonna sit next to Mr. Singleton. And Ms. Calder is gonna sit next to Ms. Stoker. Mr. Pauling is gonna sit next to Ms. Calder, and then we're gonna skip a chair, and then Mr. Sykes. There should be a chair between Mr. Sykes and Mr. Pauling. All right? So you need to take your hat off. Is he a
Yeah, this is Mr. Watson.
Watson? He's number 4. He's gonna come up to the okay, take that paper off the chair. So number 4 is here. So we're missing 3 and 19. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, y'all may be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court at Law Number 2. My name is Judge Terrence L. Holmes. I'm the presiding judge here in County Court at Law Number 2. Now, you have been asked to come to court this afternoon for jury service. The case that you will be serving on is the State of Texas versus Bryce Smith. You will be examined for inclusion in this criminal case. Our courtroom hours are normally from 9 to 5 p.m., 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Whether you're selected as a juror or whether you're not selected as a juror, you are performing a significant service which only free people can perform. If you are selected, the case will be tried expeditiously, consistent with justice, which requires a careful and correct trial. If selected on the jury, unless otherwise instructed, you will be permitted to separate at recess, for meals, and at night. Now, at this time, I must administer to you the first of 2 oaths. So I need each and every one of you to raise your right hand. And once I finish administering the oath, I need each and every one of you to please say, I do. Now, do you and each of you do solemnly swear or affirm that you will make true answers to such questions as may be propounded to you by the court or under its directions, touching on your service, qualifications as a juror, so help you God? Please say, I do. Okay, you may put your hands down. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the law requires that each of you must possess certain qualifications before you can be considered for service as a juror. Also, there are certain excuses and exemptions that some of you may wish to claim. I would first like to determine whether or not you possess the qualifications for service on a criminal jury. It is very important that you answer these questions truthfully. If you do not, and the lawyers or I discover the fact after you are seated on this jury, the case could be retried and you may be held in contempt of court and placed in jail for up to 180 days and given a fine up to $500. Now, the way I'm going to ask these questions, I'm going to ask a series of questions. I do not want you to answer these questions out aloud. Just please answer these questions to yourself. And once I finish asking the last question, I will then say, is anyone disqualified under the law? If you think you may be disqualified under the law based on one or more answers, then what we will do, we would ask that you would raise your hand, and then we will ask you to come before the bench. This is the bench. Ask you to come before the bench so that we can discuss the matter more privately. And when I use the term more privately, what I basically mean is now, right now, we're live streaming on YouTube. We'll turn the YouTube channel off. We'll turn the mics off, and then we'll put on this noise sound device so that no one else in the panel will be able to hear the discussion that we will be having outside of their presence. So as I begin, the first question is, except for failure to register or you're a qualified voter in this county and state under the Constitution and laws of this state, have you ever been convicted of theft or any felony? Are you under indictment or legal accusation or on deferred adjudication for theft or any felony? Now, this next question, I always pause and have to explain. This question, we're not trying to pry into your personal affairs. This is a question that I'm obligated to ask by law. And the question is as follows. Are you presently insane or have you been declared insane by any mental health or judicial official? Are you 18 years of age or older? Are you a resident of Texas and a resident of Jefferson County? Are you of sound mind and good moral character? Are you able to read and write the English language? Have you ever served as a pettit juror for 6 days in the preceding 3 months in a county court, or 6 days in the preceding 6 months in a district court? That was the last question. Now, is anyone disqualified under the law? If you think that you may be disqualified under the law, just please raise your right hand. Let the record reflect that no one on the panel raised their right hand. So at this time, all of the members of the panel is qualified. Now I will move on to exemptions. I will determine if anyone who is otherwise qualified to be a juror wishes to claim one of the following exemptions. You may claim any of the following exemptions if you choose to, but you are not required to claim them. If one of these applies to you, but you still desire to be considered as a juror, you will just remain seated. And I will ask these questions in the same manner that I asked the previous set of questions. I would ask in a series, and at the end, I will then ask if there anyone who's here who would like to claim an exemption. Now, first question. Are you over 70 years? Actually, the law has changed. Are you over 75 years of age? Do you have legal custody of a child or children under the age of 12, and jury service will necessitate leaving the child or children without adequate supervision? Are you a student in a public or private secondary school? Are you enrolled in an actual attendance at an institution of higher learning? Are you an officer or employee of the Senate, the House of Representatives, or any department, commission, board, office, or other agency in the legislative branch of state government? Have you served as a pettit juror in this county during the 3-year period preceding today's date? Are you the primary caretaker of a person who is an invalid, unable to care for himself or herself? Are you a member of the United States military forces serving on active duty and deployed to a location away from your home station and out of Jefferson County, your county of residence? Now, that was the last question. Now, is there anyone here who would like to claim an exemption? Okay, okay, hold on a minute. Please raise your hand again. Okay. Okay, at this time, we're gonna have Michael William Francis O'Connell. Would you please come? Hold on a minute. Somebody just came in at the door. Mr. O'Connell, would you please come forward? And attorneys,